Good morning. Welcome to class. My name is Melissa, and I will be teaching you an exercise class today. It's going to be an hour long, and I call it TNT, which stands for Tone and Trim. So we're going to do some athletic exercises that are going to bring our heart rate up. It's going to get us sweating, so we're going to build a little cardio. We're going to get in some resistance training. That's going to be largely using body weight. You will have the option to use some dumbbells. Sometimes for this class, you could really substitute any kind of resistance that you have at home, whether it's water bottles, a water jug, maybe it's a book bag with some heavy objects in there on your back for some lower body work. A lot of options to make this class more challenging, so don't hesitate to ask if you have a question for me. And we'll go ahead and get started with a warm-up. If you don't already have a mat, get a mat or something to lay on the ground, because we will be going from standing to laying down. I'm going to give you guys tons of different options, so listen for those. I'll show the options at the beginning of each set. Today's class, we're going to do 2 exercises in a row back to back. One's going to be focused on strength, the other one's going to be focused on cardio, but both are going to give us a little bit of each. The quicker you move through things, the more repetitions you get during the time that we're exercising. The higher your heart rate's going to go, the more opportunity you're going to get stronger muscles. That being said, move at your own pace. Do it safe for you. And if you need to take time, if you need to take extra breaks when I'm not taking breaks, that's totally fine. I might need to take extra breaks too. That's when I stop and I start telling you guys how to do things correctly. So now you know my secret, because I'm only human too. So we're going to get in some core training at the end of things as well too. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm always open to feedback and ideas on what we can do differently. I am working on creating a live platform base for us, so please stay tuned for that. So each set that we do today, we're going to see the set going for 3 times through. So we're going to have 2 exercises in a row. One's going to be more cardio intensive, the other going to be more strength intensive. We're going to do each of those A, B, 3 times through, A, B, A, B, A, B. So you're going to get opportunities to repeat the exercise, and maybe you don't need the easier options for the first round, but then you need to modify part of the way through. Maybe you're getting through to the end of the last round and you say, I think I could try something a little bit more. So don't feel like you have to commit to doing everything at all one level. Up to you guys if you want to put on your own music to enjoy in the background. I highly recommend it. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start off with a warm-up, and for our warm-up, I like to do what I call a dynamic warm-up, meaning we're going to get the muscles ready for exercise, and we're going to do that by maybe using some of the same or similar motions to what we would do during our workouts. So I'm just starting off with a simple hamstring curl. From the side, you can see I'm simply pulling my heels up to my butt, warming up through the back of the legs. I'm also pulling my hands down towards my hips. So as I'm doing that, I'm warming up down below the shoulder blades. I'm big on showing you guys technique, so you will see me moving around a lot. Changing views doesn't mean that you have to walk in circles while you're doing your lunges. I'm just doing that so you guys can get a better view of things. A few more here, and then we're going to transition into doing some squats. So we're going to bring those feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, so about underneath the shoulders. And we're going to slide our hips back and down, pulling up to the top. So I'm going to show you the squat from the side. You can see my toes are slightly turned out. It's not huge. My weight is shifting back behind me. I'm reaching the arms forward right now, but if you don't want to use that, you can just put your hands to your hips. But you can see my knees always stay behind my toes. So I'm really shifting my weight back into my heels. I'll actually show you guys on here. You can probably see that a little bit better. I get my angle right, yeah? So I'm really using my upper body so that that doesn't happen. So my knees don't shove forward. So you should feel this kind of opening up through the back of the body. Let's take one down, and we're going to hold it at the bottom. We're going to go a little bit wider, and I want you to press your knees back, really sink down into the hips. I'm trying to feel a nice stretch opening through the inner thigh and the inside of the hips here. Go ahead and stand up, and I'm going to mirror image you guys. So I'm telling you, put your left foot forward, your right foot back. I'm really doing the opposite. So you should look like a mirror image to me. So let's start off just doing a few lunges. These can be nice, easy lunges. I'm going to show you guys from the side what I'm doing. It's a nice long step back. So again, that front knee always stays behind the hips. We're going to be getting onto the ground to do a little bit of warm up for the upper body, opening up through the hips. But if you can't do that, you can just go into some lunges, okay? So those of you guys who are with me, go ahead and bring that left leg forward again. We're going to drop down, let that back knee touch the ground, turn the toes, press the hip forward. Just get a nice stretch through the front of the hip. If you're standing, you can give me just a standing hip flexor stretch without kneeling down. Bring your hands to the floor, pop up to the toes on the back, and we're going to alternate a runner's lunge. So all I'm doing here is stepping the foot, the hand forward, trying to shoot for stepping the foot forward, trying to shoot for coming to the outside of the hand, if possible. If this is all you can do, totally fine. Maybe you're just holding here and not moving today, or maybe you're still standing like we had talked about. Bring your right foot forward and drop the left knee back to the ground. Nice hip flexor stretch on this other side, opening up these muscles before we get them to work. Tuck the toe in the back, come on up for some lunges on the other side. Bending through the back knee. Even that lunge should feel like it's opening up through the front of the shoulder for you as well, or sorry, through the front of the hip as well too. It is an active stretch. 4 more and then we get started. 4, you feeling good and warm? 3, hopefully. 2, and 1, good. All right, so I'll demonstrate each round, each set at the beginning, and then we'll get the exercises going. You're gonna see me transitioning between 2 exercises. This first round, we're gonna have a squat for a strength exercise. Don't forget, big muscle group. These strength exercises should also bring your heart rate up. Then we're gonna follow that up with some jumping jacks for a minute. A lot of different options for jumping jacks. I'll demonstrate all of them. I'm gonna take what I need. If I need to drop the intensity down and I start to modify my jumping jacks, and that's what you need, awesome, take it. No problem there. But don't change gears just because I did. Listen to your body. This is about you finding your challenge. So this is where you can take some weights if you want. And if you're using the weights, we're going to do a side raise for the shoulder. So we're going to squat down and back at the top, side raise for the shoulder. Okay. The second part of this I mentioned is going to be a jumping jack. So traditional jumping jack, okay, we can modify it. We can always, I don't know how good of an idea it is to show this in this class, in this room, because my ceiling's not the highest, but you can do an air jack. Well, look at that. That can't be my excuse. So I'm jumping up and coming up into this jumping jack at the same time. So those are 3 different options, 3 different intensity levels. You can do the first round regular, second round air jack, last round modifying. As long as you're giving me your best, your honest best every step of the way, that's all that matters, folks. Okay, so let's start off with those squats. Get this party started. Feet just about shoulder width apart. Now, if you don't have weights, awesome news is the big work here is coming from our lower body. And the upper body is just a little gravy. I've got a soft bend in the shoulder. So if you need to leave that side raise out, go for it. Maybe you start with a side raise. The weights get too heavy. You set them down and you keep moving with empty hands. I know that sounds silly, but once you're fatigued, it will be a good challenge, trust me. Now, advanced folks, keep going. You can vary the intensity of this by getting lower. So bringing my hips down to kneecap level now, versus I can do a smaller squat too. So you're getting too tired, you can go that route. Always got options. If doing a traditional squat's too hard for you, try doing a squat where you sit down into a chair. A few more. 2. Let's go right into our jumping jacks. Go ahead, set those down. So again, I'm here. Keep going the whole time, guys. I'm going to show you some technique stuff or an air jack, which I'll show you that from the side. You can see I'm almost do a little squat to prepare for that. I'm keeping a soft knee. You can see that. I'm not locking out. It's hard to see this. Let me jump on the mat. You can see I keep my toes slightly out. Some of us have this tendency. So watch. Make sure that's not happening. Heels touch the ground. It's almost a small mini squat. So here we're getting our heart rate up. But guess what? You're working the muscles too. Okay. Grab the weights. Back to our squats. Here we go. Woo! You guys feeling it? This is great. This is what we're after. Short of breath, out of breath. Now I have a weird, trained into my body ability as an instructor to keep talking. I can tell you, I've not been doing my cardio lately like I ought to and like I usually do. So guess what? I'm a lot more winded. Coincidence? I think not. Woo! How are those shoulder muscles feeling? Getting a little burn in there. That shoulder cap should be getting on fire. If you sink any lower into the squat, any deeper into those legs. Woo! Few more, and then we jump those jacks. Maybe you get in 5 squats this whole time. That's fine. Last one. If that's where you're at, and that's the challenge for you, I'm happy. So when we give our all, we're always moving forward. The harder you push, the faster you move forward. So get out of it what you put into it. But you can be the person in class using the heaviest weights and not be working the hardest. Chew on that. Why? It's all relative. Woo! I'm gonna do one more time. Okay. It's gonna be a short round. I gotta tape this in 15-minute increments. So I'm only gonna be able to get in the squats. You guys can do some jumping jacks. Woo! Before you hit play on the next video. That should be fixed. Hopefully later this week, so we can go live. Keep you posted. About halfway there. It's last round. So I should be really dying. Should be thinking, I need that break. I can't keep going without it. I know I'm there. How about you? 5 more. Okay. Go to jumping jacks for a minute. And then next video.